Hey Moon Magic Super Souls, welcome to today's readings. We're going to be asking what is happening in July for you. And beautiful souls, on my other Moon Magic monthly tarot channel, you can now access all of your all zodiac sign readings. So do check those out. I'll put a link in the description below for you. So all zodiac sign readings for July are now up and running. Now, we have three beautiful cards to choose from, and we have three beautiful crystals. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back if you are returning. Welcome if you're new. What extraordinary times we are living in. Let's check out what is happening for you in July. Now, pile one, we have Earth Tiger, breaking through the barrier. Very powerful energy. Card number 15. Okay, Earth Tiger, breaking through the barrier, and we have the Zebra Calcite here. We're using all calcite crystals today. They are real healers. They have a very, very, very fascinating energy. So Zebra Calcite, this is what it looks like with Earth Tiger. That's for pile one. Okay, pile two, we have Metal Dragon, waking the warrior within. This is where I need my glasses on, really. Okay, so this is card number 17, Metal Dragon, waking the warrior within. Very powerful energy again. And wow, sitting with honey calcite. This is a piece of raw honey calcite. This is what it looks like, literally as it comes out of our beautiful earth. Okay. So here we have honey calcite. Then we have aqua calcite sitting with wood dog. Let's look at your card first. So pile three, we have card number 11. Trust your intuition, wood dog. This is the beautiful card for pile three. And the wonderful aqua calcite. I just love the way this catches the light. It's a stunning crystal. It's actually quite hard to almost show you what it looks like in detail, just because it literally does catch the light. I'll put my hand here so you can see it. I bring in a little bit of shade so you can just see how it is. But I mean, you look at this, look what happens. It's a bit like selenite. It just draws the light, holds the light. Interesting, isn't it? Coming with trust your intuition. Wow. Okay, so very, very interesting readings. I think these are going to be. I'm very, very excited to see what messages are coming through for you and what you're being shown about July as a month. Beautiful souls, as always, I'm going to leave the video running a little bit longer just to give you time, if you want to just sit and lean into the energy of the cards and the crystals. And I will see you in the readings in just a moment. And if you find yourself drawn to more than one, trust your intuition, trust that gut feeling, and just go with whatever is singing to you. See you in a moment. Pile one, welcome to your reading. Let's ask about July for you. May we kindly ask anything that your spirit team wish you to know about for July, my beautiful pile ones. Welcome to your reading. Let's draw these three from this pack. And okay, I'm seeing this one, that one just in the middle, and that one too. Okay, in no uncertain terms, your cards are coming through for you. Fabulous. Okay, we have Fearless. Oh, this is just so mind-blowingly interesting. Look at this. You have Fearless, you have Grandmother Dragonfly holds the wisdom. Now, where can we place your cards? How can we place these? and let your world spin on its axis. Oh, this is just amazing. Now, how are we going to do this? I think we will do it like this. Bear with me while I move your cards around. Let's look at these first, and then I'll see how I can fit everything in. We've got the box, we've got the ocean, we have the poet, and we have the kiss. Oh, I can see how your cards... This is so interesting because I think something is going to fall into place for you. Let me bring some additional light in. Let's see whether I can make this a little clearer for you. Wow, I just feel like just literally somehow, just as I turn these cards over, it's like wow, 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 wow. Something is falling into place for you. Go forward boldly. Let your world spin on its axis. Embrace the success of something. Embrace something magical that is coming in. This is the breaking through the barrier. This is like breaking through your glass ceiling. What would your glass ceiling be, my beautiful souls? What would that be for you? You know, most of us have a glass ceiling of some sort. Most of us have something that deep inside of ourselves, we've kind of put a cap on it, or we don't believe we can have it. You break through that. This is just saying you can do this. This is like everything in your reading is saying you can have this, you can do this, you can hold it. It's like stepping out of the confines of the box and diving into the ocean of possibility. This is wow. This is something else. Okay, I'm really, really excited now for you. Really excited. I'm also looking at the stripes on the tiger and the stripes on the zebra. Calcite. Breaking through the barrier. You're breaking through a barrier of fear as well around something. Now that could be, a genuinely, like really big fear of something. Or it could be an anxiety about something, an underlying trepidation that holds you back. Or as I said, for some of you, it could be a real major breakthrough of something that has really held you back due to fear. And where I'm going with that is very, very interesting. In one of the books that I have written in when I was working in my mainstream career as a therapist, the book that I wrote called Mindfulness Meets Emotional Awareness, which teaches you about your emotions and how even the challenging emotions that we have are really, really valuable, but they have their place. There's every emotion almost has like a lower vibration, a higher vibration. Now, fear is interesting because, and this is where the zebra and the tiger are coming in. If you look at a wildlife documentary, with lots of animals around a waterhole, you'll often see, there could be lions, even maybe lions, tigers, and zebras and antelopes, and they'll all be kind of like harmoniously alongside each other. Now, the reality is the lions could hunt the zebras at any time, but the zebras don't walk around on high alert all the time. They know when the lions or the tigers are hunting, they know that they're hunting, and then they're on high alert. But afterwards, they turn the volume down. That there's something you're really breaking through, something that it's almost like it's haunted you. It would be like if a zebra had been hunted by a tiger, and then they constantly walk around. They never relax. They never stop and eat or sort of drink the water carefully, always looking over their shoulder, always, 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 waiting for the next attack. Actually, that's not what zebras do. The fear, which is healthy, when the tigers are hunting the zebras will leap into a fear-driven place where they have high adrenaline and they need to protect themselves and they need to survive. So the fear kicks in, and it's healthy fear because it's appropriate. But afterwards, after the hunt, when that's done, the zebras turn the volume down and they get back to normal living, and then it turns back up again when it's needed. But they don't walk around in a constant state of fear. Okay, I mean, in many ways we could digress and go into the sort of spiritual aspects of this, but I just think what this is actually telling us is that you are to overcome some element of fear about about having something. And this is the real biggie here, because it's not just overcoming a fear. It's actually overcoming a fear and jumping into the ocean of possibility. And with the poet and the kiss, this could be an intimate connection for some of you. But whatever it is, it's an intimate connection with life itself. But it could well be for some of you, maybe with someone. Let's find out what your tarot cards are showing us. May we kindly ask for pile 1 for more information about July. I'm actually seeing this one. It's been a little while since we've used these cards. This is the Fairy Tale Tarot. Okay, so you have the Earth Child. This is actually the card of the world in a traditional pack. Okay, we have the Ace of Wands. Okay, so there's very much an energy of a new beginning around you. We then have the Fairy Godmother. And then we have the Four of Crystals. Okay, I feel that we can draw another card here. Bear with me, my beautiful souls. I want to still see these here. I feel that I want them very, very visible. Let's draw another card for you, maybe even 2, I think. Let's just see what else we're shown. May we kindly ask. Okay, we have the Two of Hearts. Oh my goodness me. And then we have the 3 little pigs. Okay. I sort of want to say try and try again. This is very interesting. I think some strategy is needed here. This is very fascinating, my beautiful, beautiful pile 1. So, there is something that you deeply desire, and I feel it has somehow you have felt blocked to being able to have it. For some of you this could be love, but whatever it is, there is something that you want. It's like you dream of it. It could be a person you dream of, it could be a circumstance, it could be the essence of a person. But there is something that you really dream of. I think you have been, some of you have even been watching from afar. This would be like if there was someone you really admire, but you've never actually plucked up the courage to say hello. It's that kind of thing, or something that you've been longing to do, or to connect with, or to work with, or to create. But whatever it is, I think it's present for you. I think this is the kind of thing that it's hard to get it out of your mind. There's probably not a day goes by when that circumstance, person, something doesn't pop up in your head. Possibly quite a lot. With the world, yeah, look at this again. We've got this beautiful baby observing the world. I think you are observing from afar. And I think you are wondering how to have it or how to make it possible. You know you want it. There are some barriers around it, or you feel there are barriers. For some of you, maybe there are some genuine barriers. Perhaps you are boxed in. Circumstances are boxing you in. I think in July, something happens here, because it's like this fairy godmother here. This is Cinderella. It's like comes along and waves a magic wand. The Ace of Wands has the energy to get started, to get going, to begin something. Look at this heart. This is something this is a longing, a yearning for you. Whatever this is, it's a yearning, and maybe you've not fully committed or felt even able to move it forwards. I think in July, something happens here for you to step out of that box, to break through that glass ceiling, to remove the fear of being able to take that first step. Now, the Four of Crystals is interesting. This is the Four of Pentacles. But what we see here are these very, what is the word when people are very busy working? They're very, these guys are very busy building this beautiful structure. They're very productive. That is a good word. They're very productive here. I think you know, and this is the point where you know that you can do this, you can build it, you can work towards it, you can start to make it happen. Something, it really does feel like a magical opportunity opens. Now, I think it's a window of opportunity with the Cinderella story being portrayed here. Because she had, you know, the wonderful fairy godmother came along and waved her magic wand, and, you know, the mice turned into horses and the pumpkin turned into a carriage, and she had the beautiful glass slippers, glass ceiling. Yes, she broke through that glass ceiling. I think there's a pocket of time actually in July where you can use, an opportunity comes, but I think it is a pocket of time that's available for you to seize it. And your reading is encouraging you to break through the barrier and seize the moment. Go with it, run with it. Like the poet in your heart, trust, follow. Now, Grandmother Dragonfly holds the wisdom is an interesting card because it does suggest that we should look at what we have around us. You know, the grass isn't always greener. But I think in this instance, it is about looking, I think this is about looking at your situation, and instead of looking at it through the lens of impossibility, or I can't have it, or I'm boxed in, look at it through the lens of possibility. And I think there will be a window opened for you to be able to get going with this. This could even be, for some of you with the Three Little Pigs, something that you have tried before. Perhaps you've tried to build it before, or you've tried to, like if this was your book that you've always been longing to write, then this would suggest that maybe you've tried it, you put your bum on the seat and you had a go and it didn't work. It failed, but now you're going to have another go. Or if you've got your manuscript, you've sent it to publishers before, it didn't, you got rejected, we'll send it again. Now would be the time. There's something about the energy is primed for you to overcome that fear. So, and to really set forth and initiate something. If this is a person that you wanted to talk to, you've been watching them from afar. And, you know, maybe you went to approach them, and then just as you went to walk up to them, they suddenly spot a friend and get talking to someone else, and you think, oh, it's not meant to be. This would be the time to have that. There's going to be a moment of time where you can have that conversation. And that's what I'm seeing. So this is about being an observer of your experiences and of what's going on around you, so that you can, when the magic wand is waved in this pocket of time, for you to grasp something, to grasp that new beginning, because that's what happened with Cinderella. It was a new beginning. She went to the ball, and there it was. She danced with her prince, and da-da-da. We all know, you know, I'm sure we all know the story. But this is also kind of destiny. I think this moment has been foretold with this crystal ball in the poet's hand. It could even be, for some of you, that you have thought about how to do this. How could you might have like if you were going to talk to somebody, you might have rehearsed it in your head. And actually, I think a moment will come when you can just do it. You can kind of, I want to say, cross that bridge when you get there. You'll just find that it flows. Yeah, this is what I'm seeing for your July kind of messages, actually. This is breaking through that barrier. You're definitely getting sort of almost like assistance with something that you have thought about, observed, wanted to do, but you've never overcome it. You've never taken that step. or if you did previously it didn't work and you're having another go. But this is a month when whatever that glass ceiling is, you can overcome it. It's like the glass slipper will fit. You know, this is going to work. And so this is the time. Let your world spin on its axis. You're going to love this. This is a new beginning. It's the end of the fear that you can't have this, or the procrastination around it, or that this is not going to be possible. So whatever this is for you, I genuinely don't think this is anything new. I think this is definitely something that you have thought about, wanted, been observing, been watching, really, really longing for, yearning for, but somehow you've not been able to dive in for whatever reason. And this is the time, the month, when you do dive in. But there's definitely a pocket of time within July. I'm going to see if I can get a little bit more timing around it. I mean, because this is a reading that reaches many, we may not get too much information, but I will try and find out. I would kindly ask around timing. We've got the Hermit. You're just going to be guided. It will be unique to you each. You know, this is the Hermit is a guide, a mentor. The way will be shown. It will become quite apparent, actually, I think, with the Hermit. I think it will be the opening, the window of opportunity. It will be very obvious. I was sort of thinking be very present, be alert to synchronicities, signs, but actually it will be really, really present. It will be like a light that's held up for you. You'll see it, you'll know it. I don't think you'll have any difficulty spotting that moment of opportunity. Okay, we have the 5 of Cups. That's interesting. We've got the Devil and we've got the Emperor. Wow, this is so interesting. Right, so what I will say to you, my beautiful pile ones, it will become blindingly obvious when it's time to make a move. And with the 5 of Cups, interestingly enough, I think, because the World is a card that it donates an ending as well as a new beginning. Something completes the box, stepping out of the box, the restrictions. I think something will happen in the way of the bits or the stuff within your mind. There'll be something that is currently holding you back that I think will break down in some way. And it will be so glaringly obvious that you cannot continue that it kind of gives you permission to cut cords and go for what you really desire. And literally, it's like, well, why wouldn't you step up? You've got the Emperor here. Why wouldn't you step up? So it really would be like something just goes, I don't know, let's say there's a job you want to apply for, but you just don't feel like you'd be good enough, and then something then just happens in your existing job and you just think, I just can't stay here, I've got to do it, I've got to move. And it pushes you to take that step forwards. So I think for some of you, something comes to an end, and because it does come to a definite end, because and it could even be something you have tried really hard to fix as well, or to achieve. There could be something as well for some of you. I mean, I'm sort of following all the storylines here, but for some of you, there's something you have tried to fix, and rather than it's like a bit like the publishing deal, you've tried and tried and tried, that there could for some of you be a situation that you have honestly tried your absolute damnedest to make it work, and it hasn't. I mean, I would even say for some of you, it could be like what if you're in love with somebody, from afar, but you're in an existing relationship, but you feel really, committed to the relationship you're in, even though it really hasn't been working for a long time. Well, then this would be something comes along, like maybe your partner just sits you down and says, this really, really isn't working. Why are we still together? And you're like, I don't know. And it kind of then gives you the permission to go talk to the person that you're in love with. But but it's like it's just so clear you can't continue, and it's so something completes, and in a way it's sort of like something completes because it has to. If you're living in a location and you've been staying there and it just hasn't been right, you haven't felt right for ages, and then something happens and you keep telling yourself, oh, it'll be fine, it'll get better, and then something happens and it's not getting better, and you're like, do you know what, I really, really, really do have to reach out and move. I mean, with the ocean, some of you could even think, do you know, there could even be a relocating. But this is destined to be. There's timing around this. Wow. Pile 1, whatever this is, your reading is really highlighting that there will be a window of opportunity here for you, and it will be glaringly obvious that you are meant to move to the direction that you are longing and yearning for, whatever that may be, whether that's a person, a job, whatever it is, a location, a circumstance, project, whatever it is, you're meant to move in that direction. And I think July is bringing that situation, that window of opportunity for you to be able to make that shift. Pile 1, this is your reading. I am sending you the biggest hug ever. Tons and tons of love. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for commenting, sharing your stories, giving back through the super thanks. And thank you all of you who have been signing up to my tarot course. It is such a joy and a privilege to be connecting with you. And if you are on my course and you're watching this, as I upload it, I hope to see you tomorrow. We have a community event on the tarot course tomorrow where we do buddy reads. We pair up and read for one another, so hopefully I will see some of you there. Beautiful souls, tons of love. Thank you all in every way for supporting the channel. Don't forget to give me the thumbs up, that really helps, and also for sharing and subscribing as well. Tons of love, my beautiful pile 1s. Pile 2, welcome to your reading, beautiful souls. Now, I found this really interesting because Metal Dragon and Honey Calcite have a really, really similar energy. When I chose the crystals, I knew I was going to be working with calcite today, and I dowsed to see which of the crystals were to go with each of the cards, and this was clear as the day. Metal Dragon is really, talking about you rising up, taking on greater leadership qualities, stepping up, being the best that you can be. And Honey Calcite is about leadership as well. It's the same energy, stepping up, being the best that you can be. So I'm just really curious to know what July is showing for you, my lovely, lovely, lovely pile 2s. I'm seeing this one here. Okay, sort of feel there could be another here. I think that is right. Let's see what else we are shown here for you, my beautiful pile 2s. I see this one and these 2. It's that one. Okay. Let's see what we have in your oracle cards first. So we have She Rides with Wild Spirit Unbroken. Fabulous. Blessing of the Carter bestowed. Oh, wow. Look at this. We have Blue Mother, Yellow Mountain, Gibbous Moon. Okay. I love this card. I love all of these cards. But wow. Gosh, talk about a liberation. Talk about stepping up. Keep your world in balance. You also have Play With Me. I think this is a month, July is a month when you will actually genuinely be called to step up. I mean, even the colours, look here, Play With Me and Metal Dragon, all of the colours are just perfectly fitting together. I think this is a month when you will be called to step up into a greater leadership position. I don't think it will be a surprise to you, because I think this is something that you have been probably gradually rising to. You're being asked to make sure you also take time out to play. This needs to not just be work, work, work. But you really are elevating to a new point in your own world. You really, really are. We have Gnosis. Now, I'll tell you what, let me show you the cards. We've got Gnosis, the Shaman. That does not surprise me at all. We have the Unseen, and we have Apocalypse. Right, this does not surprise me. I'm going to actually draw your tarot cards and then lay these on the top. Bear with me, beautiful souls. May we kindly draw cards for my pile 2. Now, this is quite life-changing, actually. And I think this one too. Yeah, this is quite life-changing in terms of the horizons that are opening up for you. We have Guardian of Swords. We have Child of Swords. We have Sleeping Beauty. We have the Wizard, which is the card of the Magician. We have Aladdin and the Magic Lamp and the Yellow Brick Road. Okay, bear with me. I'm going to just switch off or press the pause button and lay your cards out so we can see them. Okay, my lovely pile 2. We have all our cards in view. Let me go through what we have here. Now, Blessing of the Carter bestowed can sometimes indicate a new relationship. However, your reading feels like it's much more to do with your relationship, either with yourself, but also with the divine, with your awakening, your capacity to lead. Now, whether this is you leading through example, whether it's you freeing yourself. She rides with wild spirit unbroken. You've always been a free spirit. You are someone, I suspect you are a creative and intuitive. You are somebody, I think, who has... You've never been compliant, even if you have quietly walked your own pathway. I think you've walked your own pathway. I think you have wholeheartedly been you, even when that has flown in the face of opposition. You are not a sheep. You've always, there's something in you. You've always known within your heart that you could not comply. I think you've held firm over certain things with the Guardian of Swords as well. I think you very much own your own mind. And, I think you've possibly had to learn on occasions to, when to speak and when not to speak. But you are very much, very, very, very much your own person. And the timing is really, really right now for you to step up and be seen in some way, shape or form. Now, I do feel that there could be something in July here. Waking the warrior within, leadership, where you are called to step up and speak your truth. And this is about being a leader, because, so the Guardian of Swords is the Queen. Oh no, it's not. It's the King of Swords. This is Archangel Michael, actually. So we've got honey calcite, which is also connected to the Archangel Gabriel, and about communication, leadership. We have Archangel Michael depicted here. We've got the Child of Swords, which is the Page of Swords, and we've got Pinocchio here. There's something about speaking your truth here, stepping up and speaking your truth. Knowing that you can't not speak your truth. You can't remain unseen anymore. You can't yeah, this is what your whole reading is all about, leadership, but it's, as I said, exponential growth. Do take some time out as well to play. I wonder, play with me. Sometimes this card brings a message of don't play with me, as in don't mess me around. The apocalypse is radical change. The shaman, you see between the worlds. You see the truth of something. Now, Sleeping Beauty is the death card, I think, in a traditional pack. The wizard is the Hierophant, and Aladdin and the Magic Lamp is the magician. And this card is the sun. There's only one road you can follow on this one, actually. There's definitely a circumstance or situation around you. Let me just make sure that camera is focused. I think in July you are called to step up, to speak your truth, to be wholeheartedly you, to be the authentic, amazing, incredible you that you are. I think you have great wisdom. I think you have a great deal of truth. I think there is so much awakening in you. And at these times of profound accelerated growth and evolution, this is like you rocketing into your fullest potential and being the extraordinary you that you are. Speaking your truth, saying how it is. Horizons are opening up for you. Many of you, in whatever field this is, are being called to step up into some form of leadership position, where you say how it is. You're not afraid to say how it is, whether this is within your family, within your communities, even within a partnership, whether it's in a work setting, whether it's even on a global stage where you have a channel on YouTube, you have a message to share. It's like this is the time. This is your time. Look at the wizard here. It's like, this is like Gandalf. It's like the volcano in the background is blowing. Here we have little Frodo with the ring. It's like it's time. This is your time to wake up and to step up. You're literally being called. For some of you, this could literally be the month when you find your calling. The truth of the next chapter of your life is revealed to you. You discover your calling. You are shown the way. Isn't it amazing? Blue Mother, Yellow Mountain, Gibbous Moon. We look at this golden horizon, and here we have the sun with the yellow brick road pointing to this. I'm very sort of wowed by this, because this is definitely about you discovering what you're meant to be doing in the next chapter of your life. Something is unfolding, and it's a great blessing, with Blessing of the Carter bestowed. It's kind of like why you came here. She rides with wild spirit unbroken. This is you having your incredible, amazing, authentic voice. This is you being you through and through and through and through. I went to a very, very beautiful, fabulous sculpture evening here in the UK where I live. Beautiful evening, met up with a friend. Fabulous, gorgeous food, and three very, very interesting sculptures. How do you say that? I'm not actually sure. Obviously you create a sculpture, but you are also a sculptor. Are you a sculpturist or a sculpture? I think you are also a sculpture. Anyway, these amazing people, two people who their work was being presented, and somebody else who came to also represent another amazing artist and her work. But the conversation was fabulous, and one of the people had brought a sculpture that he had made it was ceramic, and brought it to exhibit that evening. And he had actually created this when he was at school, and it was entitled, it was a figure, it was a beautiful figure, it was absolutely stunning, beautiful ceramic figure, and it was entitled, title of it. I am not a teapot. And he explained in the talk beforehand, which was fabulous, and he just said, actually kind of at school in the pottery classes, everybody made teapots. That's what everybody did. Everything had a spout and or a lid and poured something. And he didn't want to be the same. He didn't want to do that, and he just said, so that's what it was entitled, this figurine, and he said, that the title was I am not a teapot. It was making a statement. Somehow already, even in those early years, he knew he had his own mind. And I think this is you. You're not a teapot, okay? I'm going to have to find out this person's name. I'm going to be posting these readings today. I'm doing these readings right now. I will be editing them, uploading them, and getting them straight to you. So I may not have time to be able to find out the name of the artist, but if I do, I will do so and put his name below, because I mean, he should own those words because they are amazing. So great honor and homage to him. But that really just sat with me. It really resonated. And so my beautiful pal too, you are not a teapot, and you are now coming here to be whatever that exquisite work of art is that you are meant to be. This is how it's happening. With the Apocalypse card, it could mean that you do step up in the face of something where there is some opposition, perhaps. That could be the case with Apocalypse. It can describe more challenging circumstances. But you are absolutely here right now to step up and be the person you're meant to be. It's like this would be like that same sculpture creating the work of art of his lifetime. All the other works of art that he has created have led him to this moment, and certainly something that would be defining the next chapter of his life. And I feel that that's the energy here for you. Let's get a little bit more information if we can for you, my pile twos. But wow, this really is a stepping up. You have the Judgment card. Well, wowza. Okay, I mean, this is Judgment Day. This is a reckoning. I always think with Judgment, it's also about discernment. It's about being true to ourselves. It's about really evaluating, being true to ourselves, really knowing what actually matters and being prepared to walk our talk. We have the 9 of Pentacles, which is rather heavenly, to put it mildly. Okay. Oh, okay, that was very loud. I'm putting them back because that's a big wad of cards coming out, too many. But isn't that interesting that we have the 9 of Pentacles and the 9 of Cups? You see, I do think that this is fulfillment. So yeah, you are destined with the Judgment card. This is literally saying, this is why you're here. You are destined to fulfill a purpose, which will also be equally fulfilling for you. Actually, whatever that is, whatever the next chapter is. We have the 5 of Cups. This came out in pile 1. If any of you were drawn to pile 1, you may want to check that out. We have the 6 of Cups, which is a card of nostalgia, looking back. Again, I'm just going to take the one that is showing on. Wow, okay. We've got loads of cards. So I will put here the 5 of Pentacles. Do you know what? I'm going to go with all of these. This is what's showing through. It seems to be throwing out big chunks of cards, so let's go with it. I was about to put them back, but let's go with it. We have the Knight of Cups. We've got the Death card. We've got the 8 of Pentacles, and we've got the Ace of Cups. Okay, some of you with the 5 of Pentacles may have actually felt quite isolated, like out in the cold, because you're not a teapot. So you might have really genuinely felt like a bit out in the cold. But this is the time when you are supposed to fulfill your destiny. And I think the disappointments, the hurts of the past are to be put behind you. You are to ride forth, bring your gifts to the fore, and start afresh. For some of you, there could even be some kind of an apology or a resurrection of a gift that you were previously had not exactly stifled, but somebody else had stifled it or stifled you, or circumstances were such that it just didn't feel like the climate was right, so you couldn't bring forth your greatest gifts, and now you can. This is the month when you launch yourself forward into a position of being seen as opposed to being unseen, of your gifts being visible, of your calling, of your connection, of your purpose, of riding forth, of transformation, and no longer being quietly keeping yourself under wraps. This is the time when you are meant to shine. No longer keeping your voice silent. It is the time for your voice to be heard. And this is a magnificent new beginning. I did say earlier, blessing of the Carter bestowed can indicate a new relationship. Sometimes, though, as I said, this could be your relationship with the divine, your relationship with your calling, your purpose, your relationship with yourself. But if it is for any of you a new relationship, because we have the Ace of Cups showing, then this will be a relationship where you are seen. Someone sees you, they value you, they know you. It's life-changing. All of your gifts that maybe you felt maybe were previously not really acknowledged or validated, you are fully validated in this new connection. You can be you. In essence, that is what July is about for you. It is about you being you and stepping up into the fullest version of you, being unashamedly you, and being unashamedly not a teapot. And I am thrilled, truly honoured to meet with you all here. Absolutely honoured that you have held on to who you are, sometimes against all odds, actually. So way to go, pile 2. This is the month when you rise. I am honoured to be with you, reading for you. This is the month when, instead of being unseen, you can be seen. And this is the beginning. It's not just a month where that happens. This is the beginning of the rest of your life. My beautiful, beautiful souls. Oh, and Archangel Michael is walking with you every step of the way. This is your emergence. It's your evolutionary stepping up into the limelight, being you in whatever way, shape or form that is taking place in your world. Pile 2, I'm sending you the biggest hug ever. Truly, truly. Great honour to be reading for you. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, thank you all of you who have been signing up to my tarot course. If you are watching this as I upload it, I look forward to seeing some of you. We have a community event tomorrow where we have a buddy read, where we read for each other. So look forward to seeing some of you there. So thank you all of you who've been signing up. It's fabulous to be connecting with you over there. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for subscribing. It really helps the channel. Thank you for liking. Thank you for sharing. Don't forget to press the little bell icon when you subscribe if you want to make sure you never miss a reading. And just have an amazing July. And if anything is challenging around you, you are rising through and beyond it. And whatever challenges are there, my beautiful pile 2, they are simply there for you to step through and over and beyond. They are just a little part of your initiation to highlight how extraordinary and amazing you are. Pile 2, tons of love. Hey, pile 3, welcome to your reading, beautiful souls. Now, let me see what we are showing for you. I am seeing these 3 cards, and let's draw these oracle cards. Now, we're finding out what's going on in July. These readings certainly seem to be kind of eventful, is what's really coming through so far. So let's find out for you, my beautiful. I'm seeing this one as well. Actually, I think it is. Do you know? I think it's both of those. Let's go with both of those. Yeah, eventful. All right, let us see what we have for my pile 3s. We have Blue Mother, Yellow Mountain, Gibbous Moon. This came out in pile 2. So if you were drawn to pile 2, there may be a reading there for you. We have Fearless, which came out, I think, in pile 1, I believe. Goodness me. And then Wild Red Rider, Blessing Bestowed. Oh, wow. This is absolutely very heavenly. Let's see what we are shown with your additional cards here as well. We have the Lover. I'm going to put these down here. Let's have a row. We have the Lover, we have the Destroyer, we have the Seed, we have the River, and we have the Bardo, Bardo, yes. Where should we place the Bardo? I think we'll put it just here. Wood Dog, trust your intuition. I'm minded of how much this was catching the light. It really does do that. It really lights up. Now, when in deep water, become a diver. What happens when you can't see the woods for the trees? You trust your intuition. You're absolutely meant to trust your intuition on something and be guided. I think to know when to move forwards fearlessly with something, to go with the flow, when to end something, when to sow seeds for new beginnings, and to do all of this with grace, with the swan here. I think you are setting forth on a new adventure. And I think this is just where you are at this moment in time. Some element of your world is massively transitioning. Some of you could literally be relocating, but you are setting forth on an entirely new adventure. I think it is by choice. Although the circumstances around you that precipitated the choice may not have been entirely easy, you are nevertheless, I think, setting forth on a new chapter, a new adventure, and you know it's right, but this is uncharted territory. You know, I feel like it's almost, it's like the Star Trek, isn't it? Boldly going where no man or woman, no person has gone before. That's what it feels like. It's certainly boldly going where you haven't gone before. That is what I'm seeing in your reading here. It is not without sadness, even though I think it is by desire. I think it is a choice. In one way, it is a choice to set forth on the new. However, as I said, the events that initiated this may not have been entirely easy, even though you are now actively owning your own self-mastery and your own choices. And it isn't without sadness. And yet it's also with so much joy and hope for the future. But you're in this sort of in-betweeny space here. I mean, the Bardo is like this space in between. It's like with the dog, just sitting here, waiting in this clearing in the woods, and there are rays of light coming through, but you're still surrounded by the woods. So I think this adventure has not yet unfolded. You haven't yet found your anchor point. You haven't, if you were moving, for example, you haven't yet arrived. And this transition, now for many people, this transition can feel a bit wibbly wobbly, and that's completely understandable. When we make big significant changes, even if we desire them very much, at the same time it is it's wibbly wobbly, isn't it? I think this is how it is. We sort of very often thrive on stability, and yet this is all about absolute change, growth and transformation. It is interesting. It does have a real flavour of moving to new lands, like moving into new territory. Now, whether that new territory is internal, for some of you literally moving internally into a whole new landscape within, where you discover yourself and cultivate your world differently from the inside out, or whether literally this is your external world. In many ways, it could well be both, because I suppose they go hand in hand. If we start to make changes within, then externally changes happen. What I see in July for you at the moment, and we will draw your tarot cards to continue, is that you are in this space of setting forth. But it is still the horizon that you're traveling to is still sort of over there. You're still slightly looking back over your shoulder. Maybe there are still some things you have to do. Perhaps there's still some crossing the T's, dotting the I's, or there is still a sort of a, I don't know, even if you're leaving a situation and looking back and that's there. In my library, my free online library, which is the A to Z of Emotional Health, in the Psychology of Emotion section of that library, there are 2 audios. One is called The Wobble of Change, and the other is called The Sadness of Moving Forwards. And both of those may be of help to you if you find you're having a wobble. But the sadness of moving forwards is really about understanding and validating and acknowledging how we feel when we move forwards, and that even if we desire a change, there is still a sadness at the chapter that we are leaving behind. If something has come to its natural completion and we're longing for change, we can still mourn the fact that something didn't work out, or we still mourn for the good bits that we're going to be leaving behind. That it's a natural part of moving forwards. I do feel there's something around the emotions that you're processing with the river. The river very much speaks of the way that a river can cleanse, can wash away, smooth, rough edges, can wash things away to help us to cleanse, to renew, as we navigate from one world to another. Yeah, something has ended. The seeds of the new are present. You are in that space of new beginnings with grace. A beautiful swan here. Let's draw your cards. Maybe we could get more information, more detail for my beautiful pile 3s, please, about this transition. I'm just taking these off the top. I feel that one and that one too. I'm not quite sure how we're going to lay all these out, but we will work it out. Perhaps that's part of the reading. We don't quite know how something's going to unfold, but we're going to work it out. We'll lay it out and we'll work it out. We have the Ace of Crystals. We have the Seeker of Hearts. We have the Guide of Crystals. This is pretty cool. We have the Six of Swords. I'm really loving this. Okay. We then have Jack and the Beanstalk. Okay. Then we have the Ace of Wands and the Three Little Pigs. Both of these came out in pile 1. So do check out pile 1 if you were drawn to it. There may well be a reading there for you. Now I'm going to put these to one side and come back to them in a moment. Let's look at the cards we have here first. Look at the Ace of Crystals. This is a brand new beginning. You are literally setting forth. You're sowing new seeds. You're entering a whole new chapter and phase of your life. What I do need to say to you is that the way will be lit up. It will be illuminated. The Seeker of Hearts. I think you're following your heart, my beautiful pile 3s. And I kind of want to applaud you, because as we move forwards at a time of profound transition, at a time when, at the time of doing this reading, in a few years' time, that our world will be unrecognisable, that we've known that astrologically, that this was coming, this was happening. And my goodness me, we are so lucky to have tools such as astrology, the opportunity to connect with our guides, our angels to help us with readings like these. We are so, so lucky to have these tools to help to keep us on track at times of upheaval. Really helping us to navigate the transition. But ultimately we are moving into a new world, a new age, where humanity can become a new humanity, where we are shifting and changing. Now, you have trusted and followed your heart in something, or you are trusting and following your heart. And this is part of the new consciousness. The whole area of new consciousness for humanity is about us stepping up into a space of self-mastery with full awareness that we are consciously co-creating with the universe all of the time. Thoughts create things. And you are choosing, I feel, to really, it's like a brave new world that you're stepping into. Now, whether that territory is within or without, you are stepping into very brave new territory here. But you're going to reap the rewards from this. I suspect you already are. You see, this is the really lovely thing. Even though I feel you are glancing over your shoulder as you move on, you're glancing back at the past, but your focus is on the future. I really, really see this. You're not looking behind you. You are aware of where you've come from. But you are absolutely looking ahead. You are inspired by what lies ahead of you. You're in the in-between space. You're not there yet. It's on the horizon, but it's on the horizon. It is on the horizon of your dreams. And here we have Saint Christopher, Father Christmas, with all of these gifts. You have your sights on the thing that you desire, on the new territory, the stepping into the unknown. You have your sights on this. And with the Six of Swords, what's really interesting is we're seeing a card of unity. Can you see in this card here? Look at this unity. Look at them join forces. All for one, one for all. For some of you, you're moving to new communities, maybe in search. Perhaps you are setting forth in search of people, like finding that you're the right tribe for you. You could be doing that, internally in your own connection with your spiritual alliances. It could be finding people, communities, whether they're online or whether they are in the actual geography. But your horizons are expanding exponentially, and you are in search of a space where you can you can find your tribe, but very much connecting to people as well, I think. Trust your intuition. At the moment, you are in a space where you are in that in-between place. And this is what we're seeing in July. You are in the in-between place. I think in July, you do take a risk of some sort, in that you do move something forwards. Jack and the Beanstalk is a story in many ways of risk. Some people might say a foolish risk. Jack and his mother had reached the sort of the poverty line, and they could no longer remain as they were. And Jack's mother sent him off with their only possession, which was a cow, to sell at the market to get food. Even though that the cow had provided them with milk and all sorts of things, the cow had to go. They'd reached the point of no return, and Jack, you could say foolishly, was talked into selling the cow for a handful of magic beans. And of course his mother was furious, threw the beans out of the window, sent him to his room, and then when Jack woke in the morning, the beans had grown into this magical beanstalk, which took him on a whole new adventure. And yes, there were challenges along the way. Of course there were. Yes, which is what the wood dog says, there will be challenges, but trust your intuition. The way will be lit for you. Aqua calcite, tuning into the energy of the river. Things are going to be smoothed out. The rough edges will be smoothed for you. Now, let's go to our other cards here. Now, in this space of like getting something off the ground or getting going at a time of a new beginning, we have the Three Little Pigs, which suggests that you may have to have more than one go at something, okay? But you will, I think within the space of July, you will get something going, okay? You're going to be on the way. You'll have set forth on that journey. You'll be moving into the new territory. The river will be carrying you. You'll be going with the flow, and with great grace. And yes, there will be some looking back over your shoulder, but actually, now with the Three Little Pigs, you may have to have more than one go at something, okay? And this is the Judgment card in a traditional pack. But with the wolf kind of came and I think it blew down the first house that they built, which I think was of straw, and then the second house, the wolf knocked it down. It was made of twigs. But the brick house, the third time lucky. It was solid. It was strong. So I feel there may be some things that you need to have a go at more than once. Or so if you're putting down some steps and initiating anything, if it comes back and it's not quite right, then go back, have another go. Or, I mean, for example, if you were looking at moving and you're initiating something, you go see something, you put in an offer, it isn't accepted. Well, maybe you have to put in another offer and the third one will be accepted. Or maybe that property isn't right for you and you need to go and see another and then another. But third time lucky is coming through here for some of you. You will reach a point where the butterfly is emerging, metaphorically, of your new world. Trust your intuition here. You'll be guided through this. This is a month to be really heavily leaning on your intuition rather than your logic. Okay? Listen to your intuition and be guided rather than listen to the logic. Because I think you have followed your heart. You are trying to find the right energy, the right people, person, circumstances, project, job, wherever it is, location. You're finding the one that's right for you. You're following your heart. But look, Christmas is promised here with St. Nicholas. But this is the month where you are in the in-betweeny zone. You've got things going and you're having to sort of guide yourself through this process in order to move towards the end goal. And yeah, as I said, with the giant up here, there's going to be a few challenges along the way, but I'm not concerned about them for you, actually, pile 3. The challenges can be met through intuition rather than logic. Let's get more information about July for my pile 3s. We have the sun card, which would suggest that you are going to get the fabulously desired result. We have the Empress, beautiful. We have the 9 of Swords. Yeah, try not to overthink though. Yeah, indeed, logic does not sit well with this. Page of Wands. Ace of Wands. Isn't that beautiful? We've got Ace of Wands showing up twice. Pile 3. You will the way will be illuminated. Look, the universe has your back on this. You are doing what you are meant to do. You are rising into what it means to be a new human. You're trusting your heart. You're listening to the intelligence of your heart. You are following through with that high vibration of happiness, of love, of grace. And this is the way to handle it, with the high vibration of love and grace and kindness and compassion. Let the river smooth away any rough edges. Trust your intuition. This is a time to sort of follow the divine feminine energy of a river. If you think of a river as being representative in many ways of the divine feminine, a river will naturally wind its way, from its very start, where the spring comes from, up through the ground, from the very earth herself, carrying that divine feminine energy, bubbling to the surface. And then that tiny trickle of water becomes a brook, and then that brook becomes a stream and joins with other streams, and then that stream becomes a small river. But they never ever a river will wind its way. If they meet a rock, they go round it. If a big rock is there, like a dam, or it will build up for a while and create a lake until it reaches a point where it can spill over and continue on its pathway. But the water is never stopped. In fact, the only thing that stops water in many ways is us. And this is about really letting yourself intuitively flow. Any block that you come up against, you will be able to go around it, or to sort of like pause and to sort of gather momentum before moving on. The way will become clear. The way will be cleared for you, just as water finds its way all the way down to the sea. You will be able to do the same, absolutely the same. You're going to reach your destination. And I think July is the month when it's very important not to worry and overthink this. Keep looking ahead. Nurture this with the Empress. And isn't it lovely? You have the masculine energy of the sun, that vitality, the sun we need to grow. You need to do this because this is how you are growing. This is what you are meant to be doing. As I said, the higher consciousness is about listening to heart energy as well as the energy of our mind. We need both. We need balance. And for you in this month, your loyalty actually needs to be to your heart-centered energy rather than your logic. And that's really what needs to be guiding you this month, or that is what I'm seeing in your reading, my beautiful pile 3. Pile 3, I think this is to be a terrific month for you, with huge movement forwards, huge elevation of your circumstances actually, and whether that is your inner landscape or the outer landscape or both. I think for many of you, the majority, this is about the external landscape as well as your internal world. I think things can flow. Yes, it's an in-between space. There's always an in-between space when we embark on new adventures and boldly step into new territory. But you will be guided and supported on your new adventure. I think hurdles can be overcome easily, but the way to overcome them is to trust your intuition, get still and listen and allow yourself to flow through and around things rather than having, there doesn't need to be a struggle here. This transition does not need to be a struggle. It needs to flow with ease and with grace. And of course, in this you have a choice. This is what self-mastery is about. Self-mastery is about how we respond. We can't necessarily dictate what anyone else does, but we can choose how we respond. We can't change the circumstances of others, but we can actually choose how we respond and what we do. And this is what is really, really, this is what this reading is saying. You can choose what you are going to do, and this is guiding you out of your head and into your heart, and guiding you to a place of, I kind of sort of want to say, of loyalty, a place where you can be anchored and a place where you can find a sense of belonging, whether that is actually a real location or the right people being around you, moving to a place of safety. But you are absolutely in this transition zone. New territory for you. My heart is with you. For any of you who are moving away from circumstances that feel really challenging, my heart is absolutely with you. And my prayers likewise. There are so many in the world at the moment where we see so much challenge, really extreme difficulty. And this is suggesting, if you are trying to move away from anything like that, that the universe will really be supporting you 100%. For sure, there will be sadness, but at the same time, you will be, you can move forwards here and be guided by your heart and your intuition. And who knows what the future will hold. But the universe is supporting you 1,000% in this new adventure. And if you are moving forwards already with absolute joy and excitement and anticipation of the new that you have been planning, well, congratulations, this is amazing. Likewise, don't sweat the small stuff, don't overthink, just trust any hiccups that come along. Actually, you'll be guided through them. Trust your intuition. Wow. Pile 3, this is your reading. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you all of you as well who've joined my kind of tribe, I suppose, whether you're here for the readings or whether you've joined my tribe of tarot readers and you've signed up to my tarot course. Thank you so much, all of you who've jumped on board at this stage of the course. It's amazing to have you on board. If you're watching this as I am uploading it, literally today, then I look forward to seeing some of you. We have a community event tomorrow where we do a buddy read and we pair up and read for each other. We do a meditation first. I mean, it's a wonderful course for those of you, if that's the sort of thing that's resonating with you. Thank you all of you who've signed up. It's fabulous to be connecting with you. Beautiful souls. Thank you so much, and thank you for giving me the thumbs up. Thank you for subscribing, it really helps the channel. Thank you for commenting, it's wonderful to hear what's happening in your lives. Tons of love, and I look forward to seeing you again for some other readings really soon.